Here is where we stand as we start off our week. Over 2 million doses given out and 1.3 million in our state have had at least one shot. That vaccine available now for everyone 16 years of age and older. Now, the goal, of course, is to get at least 70% of our population fully vaccinated. That number is inching up, and this morning we are nearing 800,000 fully vaccinated. And the good news is we have over 1 million doses on hand as we start our week this week. And there are several COVID-19 vaccination clinics opening up. There's even a new site option for Jefferson County residents at the Crossplex. Doses will be given out on Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 to 3. That's through the end of the month. That clinic is by appointment only, though. And some other vaccination places in central Alabama today through UAB. We have Cathedral of the Cross, the Hoover Met, Parker High School, Spain Auditorium, and UAB Highlands. There are also select Walmart, Sam's Club, CVS, and Walgreens pharmacy locations. Appointments can also be made through the state's health department and the Jefferson County Health Department, but that's for Jefferson County residents only.
Yeah, Alabama leaders are urging you to get vaccinated ASAP. That in an effort to combat COVID-19. That push even greater as the statewide mask mandate has expired, remember, last Friday, and the spread of the virus variants picks up across the country. Jefferson County Health Officer Dr. Mark Wilson says there's some evidence that depending on the variant, some COVID-19 vaccines may not mount or be as strong as the antibody response, but that shouldn't deter you from getting vaccinated.
In terms of the decreased immune response from vaccines for some of these variants, does that have an impact in terms of what actually happens in terms of the population being protected or whether people end up in the hospital? I'm not sure it really does. I think the vaccines are still effective overall, just not quite as strong immune response. But remember, these are very, very good vaccines to start with.
Yeah, doctors are noticing a big trend here in central Alabama. UAB Dr. Sarah Nefziger says that women have been more eager to get the vaccine than men. Men, women, and children. Look, the state is urging everybody to get vaccinated to help reach herd immunity.
You know, we see in other health measures, men in general tend to be a little less excited about going to see their doctor, about getting primary care and doing some of their health maintenance things that they need to do.
Doctors say that for Americans to resume more normal lives, about 85% of the population needs to be immune to the virus.
And another reason for the push to get kids vaccinated, the CDC is reporting COVID cases and hospitalizations are up among young people, most of whom have not been vaccinated. As we mentioned, Pfizer is seeking emergency use authorization from the FDA to expand the use of its vaccine for children between the ages of 12 and 15.
They've shown that in these 4,000 or so individuals, 12 to 15, that the vaccine is safe. There were no adverse safety signals, and they were really effective. Actually, they are shown to be 100% effective thus far in the trial.
If approved, the Pfizer vaccine would be the only one authorized for children that young. Now, before the end of the month, all 50 states are expected to make doses available to everyone at least 16 years old. And there's some good news this morning when it comes to schools across the state. Most school districts are seeing a very small amount of new cases. Jefferson County had the most new cases in the state last week with just 15. This will be the first school day where masks are not state mandated, but Jefferson County will still require students and teachers to wear masks for the rest of the school year. But that's not the same rule for every school system. And we're also getting a better idea as to how Alabama's share of that $1.9 trillion relief package will be divided. Alabama expected to receive around $4 billion in funding, and more than half of that will go to the state, and $950 million will be split between counties, and $780 million will go to cities. Now, each party will need to provide proof of what they're spending that money on. The stimulus funds are expected to arrive in Alabama by May 11th. And new this midday, income requirements for WIC have changed, meaning that more people could qualify. Take a look at the chart there on your screen. Depending on how much money you bring in and the size of your family, you could get extra money. Now, for expecting families, each unborn infant counts as one person in the family size.